One of the staple fundraisers in the summer is Dairy Queen Miracle Treat Day. Due to COVID-19, the day itself won't actually be happening, but there are still different ways that CHEO will have money raised for it. And joining me now is Dairy Queen local owner, Nolan Quinn. Welcome to the show, Nolan.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. So, as you have mentioned, we did have to postpone Miracle Treat Day this year. Just with crowd control, it really would not be a moral obligation to have it. So we have been doing some fundraising outside of there. As I think most of our fans know, on Miracle Treat Day, we are busier than normal. You know, it brings Dairy Queen to a whole other level of busy. So it would have been this Thursday. It would have been 3 days from now, but we took the decision to postpone it or cancel it for this year. So what we are going to be doing in Canada is a Miracle Week. The week of Thanksgiving, leading up to Thanksgiving, and we're going to do all the proceeds. So some DQs are going to do $2 off a Blizzard, others will do $5 off a cake, and we're going to continue with what we've always done in the past, and we're going to give the 100% of the donation to CHEO locally. But we are still fundraising. So throughout the year, you know, some fans know this, but the majority of our funds raised actually come from outside of Miracle Treat Day. So when the staff use their discount, they donate $1. We have our BOGO $5 box novelty sale that we run throughout the year. We actually currently have it on right now, and that second box novelty, so dilly bars, Buster bars, or sandwiches, we donate $5 directly to CHEO. Last month, we raised $3,000 by doing that. So that is a great way for us to be able to make up a bit of the difference that we're going to lose through Miracle Treat Day.
Excellent. So that's a way for the community to come support CHEO as well if they want to come and purchase some of those items. Now, you mentioned, of course, that you've always donated 100% of the proceeds, whereas some businesses don't. Maybe you can talk to me a little bit about that decision, from why it's so important for you to go all in like that.
Yes, well, and I think we all know somebody that has gone to CHEO. There's usually about 1,000 to 1,200 people from SD&G that actually use CHEO services every year. So it just makes sense to me to give 100% because, you know, especially during this pandemic, we've realized that hospitals are working with limited budgets. So to be able to help out CHEO, to help out our local youth, even if it's an extra $1,000 by not taking the proceeds off, every dollar does matter. You know, with my time with the United Way, we did truly realize that, you know, a dollar can make a big difference. So to be able to give an extra $1,000 or $1,200 to CHEO. Yes, so I won the Miracle Maker Award for 2019. And because of everything with COVID, I was actually supposed to receive it down in Florida during hospital week for children. But unfortunately, it got postponed, delayed, and then canceled. So in the end, they actually came to our store in Cornwall to be able to present the award to me. It was a huge honor. It's not so much the award for myself, it's the award for SD&G in Cornwall. I absolutely love representing our area in the best light possible. So, you know, I accept the award on behalf of all the fans, all my staff, and just the community at large. So, you know, it's always nice to hear a great news story come out of Cornwall, and that's what meant the most to me, is to be the winner for all of Canada representing Cornwall.
Absolutely, and of course, as you just mentioned, as much as it's a testament to you and the staff at your store, it's a testament to our community as well, because we say it time and time again for a variety of different fundraisers just how generous our community is. Like, we know that Miracle Treat Day is, like you said, it's just super busy. People go, obviously summer and ice cream go hand in hand, but people go because they want to support the cause. And when we look at some of the numbers, maybe we could talk about that a little bit, because last year, I believe it was something like $40,000 that was raised right here. And over the last couple of years, over $100,000 has been raised for CHEO.
Yes, yeah. So last year, the staff really jumped on board. And again, it's all about that buy-in from the staff to be able to make that ask of the customers, because we are fully aware that a lot of businesses are making asks. So sometimes it's a little bit challenging, especially for a new employee to ask for a donation. But the staff went all in. And again, they raised $5,000 through using their discount. But that box novelty sale that we've done really put me from being a smaller donator to a larger one in Canada. We raised about $20,000 last year through the box novelty sale. We usually do it every second month, but with COVID and everything else that was going on, we slowed it down a bit this year, and that's why we're rolling it through the fall. We also do roundup campaigns. So when you come through, the staff will ask you to round to the nearest dollar. We also do miracle balloon campaigns. So we're always doing something. To me, fundraising should always be on. And as you implied, we're in a very generous area. I remember about 10 years ago, my first campaign with the United Way, Meet Max Keeping. And, he was one of the big philanthropists in this area. It's something that will stick with me forever, but he was very adamant that Cornwall and SDNG per capita raises more for charities than anywhere else in Canada. And, I don't have the stats on that, but as you implied, I truly believe it. Anytime we have any fundraisers, whether they're formal or informal, our community is coming out, and they're going to come out in full support and ensure that it's successful for our area. So, I can't say enough great things about how lucky we are to live in Cornwall and SDNG. I'm pretty proud to live where we do. We're very blessed.
Absolutely. And just finally, Nolan, over the past couple of months, we've been, talking to a variety of local businesses about COVID-19 and the impact. So, of course, I'd like to finish by asking you just about how Dairy Queen has adapted to the COVID-19 crisis. Things seem to be going well. Every time I drive by, it's busy. But talk to me about how you and your staff have dealt with adjusting to this new reality.
Yeah, it was to say we were ready for it. We were not. I don't think there was one business out there that knew this was going to come. But we were always very safe on food safety. Half of my staff have a food safety certificate. So this has almost been something I've been training for my whole life, but didn't know I was preparing for it. So we've reinforced some of our disinfecting schedules, but for the most part, we already had some good policies and procedures in place. We were very adamant that the staff, don't touch their arms or touch the face prior to this. So the staff were in good habits before this, but what it really did was put pressure on our drive-through window, because for about 3 months we were closed completely in the lobby to customers. So the cars I'm putting through our drive-through are numbers I've always dreamt of before COVID. We're doing 500 to 600 cars a day. It took the pandemic for us to truly focus on our speed of service through the drive-through window. So, and I keep trying to find positives where we can throughout all of this. And the one thing is, I truly believe, even though we are very busy, cars are being served faster than they ever have in our drive-through. But on the other hand, we did make a lot of changes during those first 4 to 6 weeks. I'm pretty sure every day the staff came in, we changed something on them. We changed the policy or we changed the procedure just to ensure a bit more social distancing on the customer side, to ensure that there's no touching hands when we're handing food out. We have a tray system, so the person at the window isn't coming near the food at all. So it was definitely a lot of adoption. And again, I got to give a lot of credit to my staff, because, I'm the one coming up with the changes we did, but I'm not the one in the trenches, ensuring that the changes are consistent and that we're following them. So I have to give a lot of praise to my staff, because the first 6 weeks, they didn't know what they were coming into. We weren't even sure if we were going to be open throughout all of this, because I didn't know what an essential business was prior to COVID. And, during those first 6 weeks, they were changing the rules, and we weren't too sure if we should be open. So it was a bit stressful. But again, my staff were amazing. The customers were great. So now we're open for takeout during the day. So it's taken a little bit of pressure off the drive-through. But we're only open till 6 p.m. just because, again, in the beginning, I was changing everything on my staff so much that at the end, it's more about my staff. At the beginning of the pandemic, it was all about the customers and the customer experience, and I think my staff did really well. But knowing that school is in about 3 weeks, and we're not even 100% sure where they're going or if they're going back to school, we're gradually getting back to normal. So we're not rushing getting our store back to normal, because again, in the beginning, the staff had to deal with all those changes on an hour-to-hour basis. So at this end, we're really taking our time with it so that the staff can be comfortable before we go 100% back all in at this point. So a lot of changes, but I think I've grown a lot through it. I think as a community we have as well. Trying to always find the positive that comes out of the life lessons that are thrown our way, whether we want them or not. I have a bit more white in my beard. I don't know if you noticed that, or if it's going to be shown, but my beard definitely has a lot more white in it now. But again, the children have been amazing. The staff have been amazing. My kids haven't left our house in 4 months, so it's been a fun journey.
Absolutely, and journey is the right word. It's for all of us. It's made us distance from each other, but it's also in many ways brought us closer together. And on that note, Nolan, I'd like to thank you so much for joining me and talking about all of these topics, from COVID-19 to, of course, Miracle Treat Day and CHEO, and just how important that fundraising is. So, of course, people can still find ways to support CHEO. On that note, thank you so much for joining me again, and thank you for all you do.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I watch all your interviews.